Hello, pre-K families. I'm Jamise Daniels, and I will be talking to you about phonological awareness and phonemic awareness. Of course, learning new topics is very difficult sometimes, especially when we're talking about our young children. However, I'm here to make that process easy and give you a few activities to go along with the different concepts that we'll be teaching in class. Of course, first, what is phonological awareness? If we look at letters for early childhood education manuals, it will tell us that it's the conscious awareness of all levels of speech, including sound systems, letter sounds, initial sounds, syllables, and phonemes. So, what are those? It's just thinking about understanding words, understanding how to break down a word, how to understand a word, and just basically what is a word. Those different types of activities of knowing discriminating rhymes, alliteration, units of sound, those syllables, segmenting words. Of course, just being able to find out the fine structures of words, demonstrating a knowledge of alphabets, letter sounds, identifying letters. So those are the different things that we're going to talk about today. Also, when it comes to phonemic awareness, that's the conscious awareness that you actually have individual words have sounds and individual letters have sounds. So knowing those different sounds, beginning sounds, the letters sounds of each alphabet, and I love to always say every letter makes a sound, and just go along. Have fun with it. Make sure that children are having fun and learning, because we know that children learn best through play. So, to go on, what ways can we help encourage our students to get these different skills down pat, and what are some activities that we can help them build those skills as well and to master these levels? So, when we come to rhyming words, I always say you can never go wrong with a good book. So, of course, make sure we read to our students each and every day. Dog on a frog. Dog on a frog. What do? They rhyme. Always doing rhyming words and incorporating a book and saying them and singing them encourages students to learn as well. Okay. Also, I always say encourage when we're doing print concepts. Of course, like I said, doing the rhyming words and print concepts, having books that look like the child that you're talking to in the class is very important. To have multicultural books and actually read to them and let them read and let them know that the words have a meaning in the books. Also, have an environmental print around. Of course, we know that is the first way that children learn to read, is because they see different things. How many times have you been in the car and children cannot read, but every child across the nation knows that what that big golden arch M is? McDonald's, of course. Now we have a bag here, and it's what? It has the word what? Target, because using pictures to identify words is one of the big concepts that we can always put in our centers and in our houses. Also, another way, when you're talking about letter sounds and incorporating alphabets, giving them pictures to know what actually correlates with that sound. So C is for car, A is for apple. And I think we all kind of grew up on learning A is for apple, apple, and singing them. Dr. Jean has good songs out where you're naming the letter and saying the letter sound. So that's building knowledge, building that knowledge, concrete knowledge inside of a child. Also, when we've talked about the print concepts. Now we're going to move on to the letter naming concepts, and that kind of goes hand in hand. Environmental print books, and also doing, like I said, play alphabet bingo. This will help encourage children to learn the alphabet names. And it also, I love this set actually, because it has uppercase and lowercase alphabets on there. So if a child is struggling with either their uppercase or their lowercase letter, they will actually can build up knowledge for the alphabets through this game. And play it as a family. It's really fun. Small groups, they are wonderful for that activity. Also, just having the alphabet chart in your child's room, in a spare room at home that you have. I know we did a lot of virtual teaching. You can see my virtual teaching in the background, and you can see that my alphabet chart is going across my virtual teaching room. And so here, like I said, you can have a simple chart made up like this. This is a file folder, and it has, of course, the letter sounds on the front, and it also has the alphabets on the back, and the months of the year, and the vowel sounds. This is for kindergarten, so as you see, not pre-K, but for kindergarten. But it can be used in some high-level pre-K classrooms and students. So, another skill, vocabulary, and that goes into the inside of this. Having a vocabulary wall, having a word wall, helping children understand that words have meanings. And and I always encourage teachers and parents to use big words with their child and their students on a daily basis and actually explain to them, what does it mean? And one way that we do that is by always asking them, how do you feel? This is an activity that you can do. How do you feel this morning? And introducing new words to them so they'll know. Of course, most children will say, I'm happy. But what happens when it says, what does worry mean? How do you feel? Do you feel worried this morning? Are you proud? What does proud mean? What does content mean? Now that's a good one. And frustrated. Are you frustrated today? You go over those different words and give them the meaning of them. And of course, you can spell them out. Oh, I'm feeling sad. SAD. Any opportunity to spell and get letter knowledge in with our little young adults, our little kiddos, it will help. It would help build their strength in their letter recognition. Of course, one other thing that I like to share is using Play-Doh. Get their hands-on activities. You can put out alphabet cards and have them build the actual alphabet that you want. Mold and make the letter A. Let me see, I'll use this one. That one's a little sticky. I think this one already has some. I actually was making letters with this one before. And this one, you can kind of tell a little bit. It was a G. It was a G. I hope it's not going the right way. There we go. It was a G. There we go. And then quickly make a different letter. I can make the letter O. I can make the letter A, lowercase a. So teaching them and get their fine motor skills on, and have them learning through play. That's a great way. Also, understanding that phonological awareness is not just dealing with different activities with the reading, writing. It all is together. It all comes together, and it's like a building block. I always say, like building a house. You have to have a strong foundation before you can actually build the house on top. Or if you don't have a strong foundation, the house will crumble like a sandcastle. So I always say listening. Listening is a very important part of phonemic awareness, phonological awareness, all of the above, the communication skills, listening, speaking, comprehension, being able to listen to a conversation, read the books. And when you read the books, guess what you say? Well, what do you think? What happened? Why did this happen? Discuss the book, have those different conversations with the children as we go along. And those are some key concepts. Of course, being able to look at, when I said those word walls, here's another activity you could do. Ask children what word would they like to learn how to spell in their journals. We doing different sight words for pre-K and for our kindergarten students. Even when we're doing morning messages or writing different things, because we all have pencil and paper around everywhere, and encouraging them to write, encouraging them to see exactly what it is. If I say I'm writing the number 2, I can show them how to actually spell the number 2 as well. Just having those different concepts. And of course, I like to make sure that we get a little bit of every piece of the day and incorporate learning throughout. That's singing songs, get DVDs, have musical movement, sing-alongs. That is a counting, silly songs, all given different rhymes. Alphabet songs, BINGO. Those are letters, and they are learning the sounds of them as well. Apples and bananas, exchanging the different letter sounds. That is a lot of different skills. So if you want more advice or want to learn more, always you can contact Miss Daniels. By J Daniels at foundationselfc.org. Thank you and have a wonderful day.